Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone turned down here. I forgot to mute my phone. There we go. Okay, hello everybody. Hello, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay. All right, is everybody ready for template number 3 in the Easy Dot Art box for March? Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this tonight, you guys. And I've got a really different color palette tonight. If you're jumping on, make sure you say hi so I know that you're here. And I'll tell you what colors I'm using as we're doing that. These are all Deco Art Americana. And these are matte finish that I'm using tonight. So I'm going with kind of a blue tone this evening. So I've got Sea Breeze, Teal Mint, Mermaid Tail. So it's kind of a bluish and tealish color mix. And then we've also got, oh, thank you, Kim. I know I'm so excited about this design. Calypso Blue. And then the last one is Ocean Blue. So we've got some really pretty teals and blues tonight. Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And welcome, everybody. So this is our template we're using here tonight. So let me tell you a little bit about the templates if you have not watched me do my dot art yet. This is a laser etched template, has the design already on the 6-inch MDF board. It's a 1/4 inch thick, really nice board. And the laser etching is right there on the surface of the board. It's fantastic because guess what? We don't have to measure for the center. It's there, it's ready to go for us, and we've got the design to work around. So this is just a fantastic product to use. So I'm really excited to show you guys tonight what we're going to do with this. So let's get started with this design. So tonight I am using my Pittsburgh punch set to dot with. I'll also be using some nail art tools and also my DIY swoosh tools. I will be using those as well. I'm kind of clearing up here. I've got a lot of tools sitting over here, so I'm just going to clear up here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I've got my template painted black. About 99.9% of the time, I paint my background black simply because I like the colors and how they pop off of that black background. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Now, I've gone ahead and measured out what I need here for this. So on the center, I want to, oh, thanks, Shelly. Welcome. If you guys are jumping on, make sure you say hi so I know that you're here. And so I've got this tealish blue color palette that we're using tonight. So the first one I've got here is the Sea Breeze. And I think that is just a wonderful summery color. I absolutely love it. Now I'm going to move over here and just use one of my really smaller nail art tools here. And I'm just kind of looking to see what's going to fit. I'm just going to work my way up here on my color palette. And let's see, I'm looking to see which way I want to go here. This is color number 2, Teal Mint. Now, the fantastic thing about these templates, we've got our design etched right in there, so it really helps us stay level and even with our design. Nothing gets out of whack because we've got these designs just etched on here for us. This really, I tell you, these are fantastic for anyone from beginner dotting all the way up to experienced people. The thing that I will tell you when I started doing these templates, so when I made these templates and started using them, I found out that my imagination for my designs has just gone crazy. So it really has helped me improve what I'm doing with my actual design. So I just love it. All right, so now we're going to move on out here, and I want to, let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and do one more row of, we're going to do one more row of swooshes, and I need just a little bit bigger swoosh tool. I'm going to use my Dollar Tree ball tool here, and I'm just going to add one more set of swooshes here. And I'm just working my way out on the design. So this design is actually, let's see, it's a six-sided design. Now that center section had 12 slices on it simply because it was doubled on the design. So we have 6 sides here that we're working on. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a really small ball tool, and I'm going to go in with my next color, and I'm just going to fill in here on the outside edge of that last swoosh that I did, and it's just going to fill that area in. Let me know if you guys like this all blue color palette. I think it's really pretty. Every once in a while I decide that I want to do kind of a tone on tone. And so tonight I thought, well, I had been putting the blues in for people's color choice the last few weeks, and that was ending up being second in line for a lot of the times that people were choosing colors. So I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and do a blue tone on tone tonight. I think that'll be really pretty. Okay, so we've got our center foundation, that little flower, all ready to go there. Now we're going to start laying out a foundation for some walked dots. So I'm just going to test out a size here for what I want to use, and moving my way up here in my colors. Now I'm just nesting a foundation dot right in here in between my flower petals, and that is going to be a foundation for some dot walking that we're going to do. So this is just getting that ready to go for how I want to do around that dot. Now I'm going to use a ball dotter here and go back on up to my light blue, which is the Sea Breeze, and I am just going to lay a foundation there and go down, and I'm going to do that on each one. This is called walking the dots, and basically it's dipping in your paint one time and then dot dot until I run out of room. On this one it is 2 dots after my little foundation dot. And now we'll just go down the other way here. We're just working our way back around here. Now I'm working in this little petal area of our design. When I get these laid on here, I'll show you where I'm at in our design. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. So we're working in this little petal area here. So that is perfect for the walk dots. So we're going to go up to another color here. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay a foundation dot above the top of my previous row of walk dots. And then I'm going to start walking down from there. And it's going to give us more uniform dots on each side, simply because I laid that foundation dot first. Because every time that you walk out, you are offloading paint, and the dots are getting smaller and smaller. So on that first set, the first row, I didn't do the foundation dot. I just went ahead and started walking out. So it did make a little difference there, but nothing that was too noticeable. So now this is giving me a real good idea because the design is laid in there for me. I know exactly where I need to go to make this line up, and that is the beauty of these design lines. So it really just helps you stay in line with what you're doing here. Isn't that pretty? I'm loving the blues. Okay, so now we're going to move on out to the next blue, which is our mermaid tail. And I'm going to go ahead and do a foundation dot here. And you know what? I think I'm going to go up one size here with my foundation dot. I want it to just be a little bit bigger because we do have just enough room up there in the top of this petal to get just a little bit bigger dot in. Okay, now we'll go ahead and work our way down here with this, but I am going to go back down in size. I think as I'm looking down the rest of the petal there's not quite enough room for that larger ball tool. So I just went down in size, and we'll finish walking these down on each side. So this is design number 3 of the March Easy Dot Art box. So you have until February 25th to order and get this design in your first subscription. So you get 3 different designs every month, and you can cancel anytime, no obligation. These get mailed out on or around the 1st of the month, depending on if the 1st is on a weekend or not, or a holiday. And that if you are in the United States of America, in the continental United States, it's free shipping. If you are outside the continental United States or overseas, then there is an additional charge for shipping. Okay, looky there, isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go on out into this area here. And we've got 2 very similar areas, so we're going to do a very similar treatment on both of those areas. Now, I'm going on out with my blue, which is the Calypso blue, and I'm just going to lay a foundation dot here at the beginning of, it's a real pointy petal on this one, so I'm laying a foundation of that Calypso blue right in there, and we're going to do some more dot walking, though it's going to be a little bit different design this time. So I'm going to come back in and just, let's see, that was the Calypso blue. I'm going on up with my next darker blue, and I'm just going to lay a dot right at the top there. And this is the Ocean blue. So I will be painting this exact template again on Wednesday night. If anyone has color suggestions, let me know, because I will be doing a color choice vote this week. So if you have a suggestion for colors, let me know, and I'll throw it out there. It'll be people's choice for the colors. I'll come as close to your colors as possible. So if you have something that you really want to see in this design, let me know. It doesn't have to be all one color. It can be a variety of colors. I did also do this design in the Pastel Spring Rainbow. Now, I did a similar design to what I'm doing tonight. Not quite what I'm going to do, and so I'll show you that one at the end. But it's the Pastel Rainbow colors is the other option that I did in this one. Ooh, so that turned out real pretty, but I just really was working with it to see what all I could put in the design here. And it's one of those things where you're trying trial and error there to see what you like. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go just a little bit smaller than the one I laid there. And so the next one will be the light blue, the Sea Breeze. So this is really like a borderline light blue, almost greenish mint. Sea Breeze is the color, so it does, it sounds like a bluish, and it looks really pretty with the blue. So I'm just counting it in the light blue. Coffee. Oh, Shelly, coffee sounds good. We'll throw that out there and see. So we'll do like some mochas and tans and things like that, and we'll see what people, if people like that, we'll try that and see what happens. We'll throw it out there. Okay, so that now, let's see. That's just a little too big. So on this one, this design was actually quite a challenge on when I designed this. Of course, when I design it, I always think, oh my gosh, more lines, more cool stuff. But then when it's actually going to fit the dots in, you have to be real mindful of what design aspects are going to fit in where. So that's why, I did the sample in that, the pastel spring colors, pastel rainbow that I was telling you about. But, it was a challenge. Getting the design in what I initially thought I wanted to do was quite a challenge. So I'll show that to you. And this is just a modified version of the first one that I tried. And sometimes that's what happens. A lot of times I don't show the first ones that I tried because, I want to make sure that you guys get a design that's fairly simple to execute as you're starting. Because a lot of times the folks that are wanting these templates are more of the beginner. So I don't want to do something that's going to overwhelm you. So I'm just doing dot walking here. So it's like I did earlier. I'm just dipping my tool one time and walk, walk, walk down. And just meeting up down there at the previous area. Do you guys like these blues? They're pretty, aren't they? Okay. Ooh, that looks pretty. All right, who's ready for a little bit of swooshing? Sorry, I had to get a drink there. Let's do a little bit of swooshing. Let me find what size tool I want here. So we're going to put in some this is the mermaid tail. And I'm really, I think I had a little hair on there. I'm just going to take a swoosh down the side of this area. It's like a ribbon. And I'm just taking a swoosh right down the side of there. So the DIY swoosh tools that I'm using are, if you have not seen these before, they are a pencil with a ball earring stuck in the end. It is my favorite swooshing tool, and I can do all kinds of design variety, or I'm sorry, size variety. Just depends on what size ball earring, or if I want to use like a map pen or a sewing pen. Oh, Jamie, do you like this combo? It's pretty, isn't it? I'm liking the blues too. I think it looks really nice. Okay, I think I'm going to go up a little bit in size here on my swooshing tool. And this is going to be that really pretty blue. This time I'm starting at the inner aspect and coming up, meeting up with where I swooshed before. And I'm just rotating through on my color design. And what I do is I lay my colors out. Okay, that last one I did was a little short. Coming back in and redoing that one. I lay my colors out in my paint palette in the order that I like to use them. Then that helps me stay organized on what color I am using where. I do a lot of colors where I just kind of go in the row. And I like that because it really... Oh, thanks, ladies. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. And Kim, thank you so much. So, you know, for the longest time, I didn't do a whole lot of blue things. But blue is my mom's favorite color. So there's sometimes that I'll come back in and I will work on just some blue things because I know she loves it. And I'm always thinking about, you know, what I might want to gift to her. She gets a lot of my little mandala gifts. So I'm always looking for what I may want to gift her. So now I'm going into that beautiful ocean blue. And I'm just coming back here. I'm into this area that has another set of spiky petals. So I'll come back out and show you that. Now, I actually got a little bit of paint on there that I want to get up before it dries. Somehow it just came right off of my tool. And I'll just show you how to clean that up. These clean up very easily just with a wet, moistened Q-tip, and you just get the water off of there. And pretty easy. That'll clean up. Okay, on around here. And we're going to do a little something different on this one once we get it in there. Okay, now. So yes, the blues are pretty, aren't they? They're so different. Now, I've got that in there. I'm going to come back here with my teeny tiny little ball tool, one of my teeny tiniest ones. And I'm just going to take that same color. There is a kind of a petal looking area here. So it actually points down in, let me show you where we're at. We are in this pointy petal. So I put the dot there and I've got this extra space here I want to fill in. So I'm just going in with a very small little ball dotter and just swiping down there very gently so I can fill that space in. And it's just putting like a little baby petal base in there. Almost looks like a little teardrop underneath of that ball. Kind of giving that ball something to sit on, or the dot. Okay, so there's that one. Now, you guessed it, we are going to go ahead and walk some more dots here, just like we did before. We're going to walk this out. Before we do that, we're going to lay a foundation right here for our walk dots. Okay. All right, now back to my ball daughter. And we've got just a little bit of room here to dot because this petal is slender. It is tall and skinny, like a model. So we don't have as much width to go with here. So I really am just getting... redoing that, it wasn't thick enough. I'm really just getting a couple little dots here. And we'll come back and go the other way. Ooh. And I told you guys before, about my deficit of one side being always a little bit more than the other. So we'll see what we can fit in here. I'm going to have to be real mindful of what I'm doing. So that I can fit those in there. Okay. There we go. Now let's move on up here, and we're going to do another, it's pretty big. Let's go. I'm going to go down a little bit here. And our next color up is the teal mint. And we're doing the same thing we did in that other taller skinny petal. We're just putting another foundation dot here, and we're just going to walk some dots around that. And I will go ahead and do, let's see, that's going to be the mermaid tail right above there. And I'm using a fairly large size ball dotter. This is the large end of the Dollar Tree ball dotter. Okay, now I'm going to go down in size here, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to fit around there. Like I said, this is the Skinny Mini model petal here. It's a lot thinner than the other one was as far as width. So I'm really having to be mindful here. And we're just fitting those dots around here. It's like a little necklace around there. And we're just getting our little, like a little pearl necklace around there. I didn't get enough paint on that one. Now I have just enough room for another dot at the top of this skinny petal. So I am going to go up with another color. And I'm going to redot this one here. I've got ultra skinny there on that one, and it looked a little slim. Okay, now we have enough room to actually put another decent sized dot above there. So I'm just going above there in the next color up and just putting a little focal dot there. Okay, now you guessed it, we got more swooshes coming. You guys ready for more swooshes? Okay, let's see. This is going to require some skinnier swooshes because this is like the other one where it is definitely skinnier. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to use the same color that I had here, and I'm going to start right there where I dropped that color before a minute ago. And I'm just pulling down. And in a minute, I'll reverse the order with the next color like I did on the last row. So that's the neat thing about these templates. You guys, the sky's the limit. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. You can definitely march to the beat of your own drum and fill these in however you want. If you come back on Wednesday night, and we'll do the People's Choice of Colors, and I will do a different design for you on this one. So it'll show you the versatility of these templates and what you can do with them. Now, let's see. I might go up just one size here. Yeah. And we're going to go up to that beautiful ocean blue. And I'm just filling this in. These little ribbons on the side here. I'm going to clean it off. It looked like my tool was getting a little built up there. So that's the thing, it's just you watch to make sure that your tool is not getting overloaded with like paint debris. And on these, on the swooshes, you can go again and again and again until it looks like you need to have it cleaned off. Because if you leave the extra paint on there, your swooshes will get kind of gunky. And you don't want gunky swooshes. So I'm just filling in that space. There we go. Got that all filled in. Isn't that looking beautiful? You guys like the blues? I'm loving it. Okay, now we are on out here to this outer aspect. Now on this design, it's almost like a little heart here. So we can either play off that, or we can look here and see these are, every other one of these has a line here. So we can kind of sort that out that way. So there's lots of different things we can do here with this design. So let me look here and see what I want to do. I think I'm going to go ahead. We ended up with that really pretty ocean blue. I think we're going to do a foundation dot right here of a large variety. Yep, and it's going to be in that sea breeze. I want to fill up a little bit of room here. We've got a lot of real estate here to fill up. So let me stir up my paint a little bit. After you've had your paints out here for about a half an hour, they do start to get a little bit gunky. So I'm just stirring up, bringing some life back to that color. And the reason I know that is I laid that dot down and it was not completely round. So I knew that paint needed to be livened up a little bit. And I'm still not real happy with how it's laying down on here. So I'll probably go back later and put another dot over top of there. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here with just the smallest of my Pittsburgh punch set tools, and that's going to be a little big. Once I got it down there, I could see it was a little too big. So I'm going to take my small end of my Dollar Tree ball dotter, and I'm just laying a foundation dot right at the top there. And the reason I didn't do that bigger one, it didn't fit in there, and with that design line that was right there. Okay, now I'm going to really load that up, really loading it up, because I'm going to walk this down here. And I want to make sure that it's going to get all the way down. And I'm really hugging up to that big dot there. Hugging it up means getting as close as possible without touching. So literally you are hugging that dot right up to the big dot there. That's what I call hugging it up anyways. I think that's one of my made-up terms. So I'm just going to work my way around here on this one. And keep going. Okay, now I think what we're going to do here is I'm looking to see what I might want to do. And I think I may go ahead and do some swooshing in here and see if I like that. Let me grab a tool here. I'm looking for one particular one here. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go on out with that, the mermaid tail. And I just want to put a swoosh right in here. And it is right next to that area where I've got my walk dots coming down there. It's kind of like a box area, framing that in. And so I am just outlining that box area. And this is a little bit different tool that I'm using. It's actually a map pen. The map pens are kind of nice because they have a short pen stem on them, so they fit really well in the eraser area. But the one thing that I noticed, they don't drag quite as smoothly as the others do. Okay, now I think what we'll go ahead and do is I think I want to go ahead and just fill in some more walk dots here. I'm going to bring them down from this point here. And I'm just kind of, that's a lot of area there to fill in with just swooshes or big dots or whatever. So I'm just taking up a little more space here with a little bit more walk dots. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, now let's go ahead and we're going over to that really pretty ocean blue. And I grabbed one of my larger swoosh tools, and I'm just going to swoosh up from this box here. And I'm just following along on the edge of, I'm swooshing up from this box here, and it doesn't happen on every downswing of the point. It's only on every other. And then we'll turn around and go back the other way. That's giving us a really pretty. Oh, Jamie. A lot of practice. A lot of practice. You'll get there. You will get there. You just keep working at it. Okay, so now we've got a little bit more area here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I do know I want to place a really nice sized of the sea breeze. I'm going to go ahead and put a little more in there because we know that that was not, it wasn't real smooth the last time. So I want to make sure that this dot looks really good. So I poured a little more fresh paint in there so that this dot would lay down real nice for us. Swooshing envy. Oh, you ladies are funny. Okay. So now what I think we'll do, I want to go ahead and, let's see, that was purple. I need a smaller one. And I just am going to take the next color up, and I'm just going to walk up here. And this is just right in that design there. And I'm just taking my tool and walking up. So they're getting smaller as we go. And now we'll come back the other way. Okay, now I'm debating on putting another swoosh here, but I'm really not thinking I want to do that. But we may swoosh here. But I'm going to have to be committed to really doing a big long swoosh there, aren't I? So I don't know. Let's see. Before I do that, I think I want a dot there. I don't think I want a swoosh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and same size as I had on the smaller dots here, except there's going to be 5 here because remember on the other one, oops, I only got 4 in there. On the other one we had that base dot there. Well, this one has a line here, so it's a little bit different. Okay. All right, now I do think I want to go ahead And swoosh up the other side here. Now, this is going to be the Calypso blue. This was the Ocean blue. So that'll be real pretty next to each other. Dueling swooshes. So it's just that next color over of blue. Okay. All right, now we're going to tuck in maybe some little baby swooshes. And I want to do those with the second color of blue here, which is the teal mint. And we've just got a little small space here. So I'm just putting some little baby swooshes here. In that little small space. And then we'll use a smaller ball tool and do a couple more little baby swooshes on each side. Okay, now I'm going down in size here, but I am going to use that lighter color. And these are little teeny tiny swooshes. Almost like those little teeny ones I did inside the petal there. I'm going to clean my tool off. It was getting a little gunky there. Now, I've got just a little bit of space here that I'm going to fill up. And it's going to have to be a teeny, teeny, tiny. And this is just a little bitty baby swoosh. So I'm just filling up this little area here on the edge of each flower petal. All right. Now, take my large dot here. And let's see, I'm going above the ones that have the line down the middle. So it's every other one. And I'm gonna, oh thanks, I love that look with the lace. I don't know if I've ever told you, when I started doing, Kim, thank you so much. Shelly, the lace, oh my gosh. So when I first started creating dot mandalas, that was what attracted me to it so much. Let me go back and spruce these up a little bit. Was the small little dots that look like lace. I'm sprucing those dots up because they needed a little extra oomph on them. Okay. Got some oomph there, and now we're going to do the ocean blue. Okay, you guys liking the monotone here? I'm loving it. I did a series back closer to Christmas time where I did all pinks on one, and then I did a series of all greens, and I just love it with the tone on tone. I think they always turn out so pretty. For me, they're just, there's something about having one color and just the different aspects of that one color. And I think it's just beautiful when you do that. I love the way it looks. Okay, now let's make an executive decision on what we're going to do here. And I think we are going to see what's going to fit here. And it needs to be smaller. And it's going to be... It's going to be the Sea Breeze on this point. I'm still thinking we might need to fill something in here. I haven't decided yet. That's one of the other great things about these design lines is you can keep on going with your design without committing to an area. You can always go back to that area if you think it hasn't been filled in enough. You can go back to the area and fill that in. Okay, now... So this is the teal mint, and I'm just going to walk it down on both sides, and we may be done after that. We'll see what it looks like. What do you guys think? Does it look like we need something in that negative space, or just leave it as is? Okay, if anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know. So I'll just recap again on the subscription box. So this is design number 3 of the March Easy Dot Art subscription box. And every month you get 3 new designs delivered to you. And there is a private Facebook group where we learn how to do all of the dotting, the tips and the techniques and all of that fun stuff. So 3 new designs each month, and this is design number 3. Now, if you would like to have this design, you need to order that before the end of February 25th is the cutoff date for the March box, and the link is at the top of the comments here for that. I'm teamed up with Diverse Woodworking. You'll place your order through them, and they will fulfill that order and ship it out to you. Okay. Ooh, I'm loving that. Is everybody loving that edge? Leave the negative space? I think so too. So I'm trying to look at it on the computer here to see what it looks like. You know, sometimes when you're right on top of something, it's hard to see. Now, one thing we may go ahead and do, which I think I may do, I need more of this on this outside edge. So I'm going to go back in. And this one is going to be a little bit opposite here. You guys might be surprised by this one. And I feel like these are just sitting here. So we're going to go put a little necklace around these. And I think that will kind of top it all off and give that edge a little oomph. Now, I will be doing some daytime dotting tomorrow. So tomorrow, did you guys know tomorrow is Tuesday? Now, I know it's Tuesday, but it's actually Tuesday. So 2/22/22. So a very special day, right? So I decided that I wanted to do a live tomorrow during the day. So I will be going live at 2:22 in the afternoon tomorrow, of course. I have to do that for Tuesday. And you guys, if you can at all make it, please stop by because I've got some exciting announcements for you all. And I'll be talking about that on my live, on my Tuesday live. Yes, the backwalking of the dots is fun, isn't it? So if you guys are available at all on Tuesday, tomorrow, please come join me for my Tuesday live. I know that's a goofy way to say Tuesday, but you know, hey, it's for the Tuesday. So see, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my fat dot there is a little bit farther to this side, so I'm having a harder time fitting it in. So see, I have a deficit to the left. And I've always done that, and I think it's just because I look around this way. So we're walking the dots out, and I think that's going to just put the cherry on top of the design here. And I think that'll finish it off. All right, you guys, what do you think? Do you love the blue on blue? There's that. Now, I told you I would show you the other one I did with the pastel rainbow. So here's the one I did with the pastel rainbow. You guys can see if you like that. It's just a little variation on this design. So I'm glad I did this one first because it really gave me an idea of how I wanted to fill this one out. And I'm much happier with this version of this design. So I hope you guys love it. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Tuesday, 2:22 in the afternoon. Come join me. It'll be fun. If you can't make it tomorrow, make sure you come back on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. I'll be doing this exact same template with a totally different design. So make sure that you join me, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.